There are better ways to keep cool. Call KS Services and receive a new Bryant unit with no payments and no interest for 18 months. Stay cool now and pay later. Visit callks.com for more.
Here's a special Weather Xtreme video for this Friday afternoon, October the 23rd. I'm meteorologist Bill Murray. We had to break one out. Spann on vacation. It couldn't go perfectly. Tropical disturbance in the Western Caribbean, upsetting the balance here, but let's get into things this afternoon. Some showers over northwest Alabama, showers and thunderstorms. Some of them have been quite strong, some even severe, prompting a severe thunderstorm warning and even a flash flood warning in the northwestern corner of the state. Instability values very high. Bulk shear values not very high, but the lapse rates pretty strong. That's how fast the atmosphere cools with height. And those values were pretty strong today, allowing for rapid development of some storms there. You can see the main activity back to the northwest still, at least 3 to 4 distinct lines of thunderstorms, very active pattern ahead of this cold front that you can see stretching from east of Chicago down to southeast of St. Louis to near Texarkana, where we got a low, to southeast of Dallas, where there's another low. This system is going to gradually try to work its way in here, blocked by this high pressure, which will win out this initial round. We continue to track Hurricane Epsilon northeast of Bermuda. It's heading out to sea, no problem to anyone at this point. But the system that has our attention is this low-pressure system near Grand Cayman today. It has a really high chance of developing into a tropical depression in the next 24 hours, according to the National Hurricane Center. And as it does, it's going to move into the southeastern Gulf of Mexico. Here it is on satellite. You can see the deep convection there. Still not very organized, but the low-level center near Grand Cayman. And, you know, this is a large system with a lot of thunderstorm activity and some decent outflow. So as it is going to be over very warm ocean waters, it will get its act together. And what gets our attention, you know, the model's not yet into any kind of agreement on this, but these are the GFS ensembles. And the mean ensemble shows a track into the central Gulf of Mexico and then turning to the northeast ahead of a trough, which will bring a change in our weather by midweek. And the GFS ensembles bring a system somewhere between southeastern Louisiana and Panama City. The mean is somewhere near or just west of Panama City. Sometime that would be what, Wednesday into Thursday. So we'll be, you know, watching this very closely. How strong will it be? The model guidance suggests that it's going to be a tropical storm. The HMON is a little different in its track. You wouldn't worry about this because it's not heading toward the Gulf of it's not heading toward the Gulf Coast. This would be carrying it over Cuba and through the Florida Straits and just off the southeast coast of Florida. If it were to happen, everything else, you know, keeps it either a tropical storm or maybe never develops it. You can see the warm waters, though, over the Western Caribbean. I think it can't miss. In this environment, the ocean heat content is still extremely high, hasn't been daunted by any activity in those areas. But we've got weather to worry about here for Friday night and Saturday. There are activities all over Alabama. Friday Night Lights, high school football, UAB's playing Louisiana tonight at Legion Field, and lots of folks need to know what to do. This is 7 o'clock tonight off the HRRR, showing a few showers across central Alabama. So you can't not take the rain gear tonight. You will have to take it just in case. But I think we're going to be mainly dry. So this is 7 o'clock off the HRRR, and you see quite an increase in thunderstorm activity by 11 o'clock over northwestern and northern parts of the state. So those areas, the end of those high school football games, may be kind of wet. And you see some showers developing to the southwest of Birmingham there. Bibb, Hale, Perry counties could see some activity 9, 10, 11 o'clock tonight. We'll be watching that closely to see if any of it, develops any lightning or moves near any of those high school stadiums. But I think, especially in the Birmingham area, we may get out of this fairly dry before midnight tonight. Moving on up to 5 o'clock, you can see the thunderstorm activity increases fairly quickly through the overnight hours, and we see widespread showers and storms by this graphic, which would be 6 a.m. off the HRRR, showing good bit of showers and thunderstorms in the I-59 corridor. Moving on to about 9 a.m., you can see most of that activity pushes southeast of I-59s over the southeastern parts of the area, with a brief respite coming for northwestern Alabama. Then, as we get toward noon, just a few scattered showers over much of the state. Now, there's a few areas we need to watch. Oxford, I think it's high and dry for Auburn and Ole Miss. You can see improving conditions at Knoxville. That's TYS right there. For Alabama and Tennessee. So by game time there, I think they'll have improving conditions. Here in Alabama, a few scattered showers will be around still during the afternoon, with some heavy thunderstorms exiting the state into Georgia at the noon hour. Now, as we go on toward 4 o'clock, more showers and thunderstorms develop over southeastern parts ahead of that front, with some lingering showers, quite possibly across central Alabama, anywhere in the I-59 corridor. I still hope we'll see a little bit of sun late in the day tomorrow, but I think our temperatures are going to be limited to the 70s, lower 70s up north, middle 70s for central Alabama, probably upper 70s to the south. Now, moving over to the longer range, this is the GFS for Sunday. Looks like a dry day. Maybe a scattered or isolated shower over northeast Alabama. Temperatures back up near 80 degrees. And then for Monday, more of the same. We stay high and dry. Should be a beautiful day on Monday with, high temperatures topping out somewhere between 80 and 82 degrees. Then for Tuesday, be tracking that system, keeping an eye on it, probably somewhere over the central Gulf of Mexico. And it doesn't look like much on this GFS, but the deterministic model is still not picking up on it very much here. But just getting the general feel for what you're going to see in a minute. Pretend you've got a tropical storm Zeta somewhere in the central Gulf of Mexico here Tuesday. Then by Wednesday, we see sort of the predecessor rain event with this low-pressure trough moving in, the front somewhere here, northern Mississippi, western Tennessee, and the storm beginning to turn to the northeast. As it does, we would see heavy rain developing across western Alabama, western and central Alabama, back into southeastern Mississippi. And I think that's the scenario that we have to be watching for to see if that happens. Of course, we have to take this forecast with a grain of salt, because remember the ensemble models had the center over here. The consensus models, the consensus of the models that the Hurricane Center uses, has it over here. So will it be here? It's hard to say. If it is, then we would get a much different impact here in central Alabama with heavy rain and wind, winds gusting to 30, 35 miles an hour, and 4 inches of rain. Displace this to the east, and that's a different story. Parts of western Alabama get out with almost no rain, just mainly rain from the cold front. Now, this is Thursday. The system is lifting to the northeast. The trough is pushing on in. Rainfall will be ending, and we'll see mostly cloudy skies on Thursday with cooler conditions. And then by Friday, things change. The system exits quickly to the northeast. We see clearing skies. It'll be cooler, highs in the upper 60s. Morning lows in the upper 40s. And that will be the trend into the weekend. I think we'll see cooler and calm conditions for Saturday and Sunday. Be beautiful fall-like weather for that. Now, this is if this GFS forecast does actually happen, we could have a stripe of heavy rain across western and central Alabama, widespread 2 to 4 inch amounts in this area. That Gulf moisture is pulled north with the tropical storm. But if the track is to the east, of course, you'd have to slide this a little bit to the east as well. So, we'll keep a close eye on that. Now, here's the temperatures off the National Blended Models. Still, warm, decent tomorrow, middle 70s, upper 70s Sunday. We get back in the 80s for Monday and Tuesday, and then with increasing rainfall and clouds on Wednesday, we'll be limited to the 70s. Thursday will be a transition day with a high near 74, and then we get back to where we should be for this time of year, end of October, early November, highs near 70, overnight lows near 50. And we're not done with the tropics. Out November 5th, 6th, GFS consistently putting a signal of another tropical storm and hurricane moving through the central Caribbean, making the turn over Cuba, perhaps going through the southeastern Bahamas. So we'll have to watch that. That's climatologically what happens this time of year. Not unusual. Don't forget to check out Weather Brains, the weekly netcast all about weather. Great show this week that we recorded before James went on vacation with Mike Farrar and Betsy Kling. We'll be back this coming Monday night with a live show And we'll be talking about lightning, which will be a fun show to talk about. But we'll have frequent updates on the blog throughout the weekend and into next week as we track this system. Of course, Scott will have tomorrow morning's video, and I'll have the video on Sunday morning. And until I get to see you at that time, as I always tell you, keep an eye to the sky, because you'll always have something fun to look at.
Never wait for hot water again with a tankless water heater from Plumbing Experts. Tankless water heaters are easy, convenient, and now more affordable with a no-interest financing for up to 18 months. Stop with the cold showers and wasted water and call Plumbing Experts today.